Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Well, this is something different for me. This is going to be a little short series uh, on how to play an old school Renaissance game, like what to expect, and something like. And I'm gonna use Lamentations of the Flame Princess as kind of like the game I'm gonna go through the most. But there's other games I'll touch on because I think it kind of what I'm gonna say applies to all of them in a lot of ways. And this series may sound like it's full of hubris. Hopefully it's not, but it's inspired by a couple things. First thing is I've watched other people's channels where they've gone through various games. Something like No Inquisitors has talked about GURPS, and he's also had a great series on 7C First Edition, the original one. And it's cool because I've been able to check out those games and see whether I'd like them or not. See what makes them tick. What are they all about? Runeslinger's definitely done a bunch of series on things like Fantasy Flight, Star Wars, Edge of the Empire. Um, all the Ubiquity-based system games. There's a variety of them, some which I've gotten because I was turned on to that, etc. Even JDRD Theory has done some great videos, and I can go on and on. Lots of people have done these type of series. And the other thing was, Lee, your humble game master, had mentioned a few times in some of his videos and on the RPG Brigade Facebook page that he wanted to try like what was an OSR game like? What would it be like? Because he's chronologically challenged, and there's a lot of other people out there like that where they've just never gotten the chance to experience the original TSR type D&D or a lot of the retro clones, and they're not sure what that's about. So I figured those other videos series helped me, like what is this like, what would I expect, would this game be something I want to play or not, and then how am I supposed to do this? And of course you can read the books, but sometimes it helps to talk to somebody that's done it. And so I definitely do not I'm not going to say that I'm an expert because I certainly am not. And the other neat thing that I think this is going to generate, hopefully, I'm hoping it generates actually, is some other guys like myself chiming in and saying I'm explaining it wrong. And the reason that I don't want there to be arguments, but the idea there's various perspectives, from people that were there or play these type of games. And I'm definitely going to, it's full disclosure, I'm going to be interjecting some of my own opinions or own spins on some of these things, because some of these games are a little bit more open-ended, and that's the way it was back then. So I'm going to probably use Lamentations with Flame Princess as my main game I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to talk about some other games too, and some of the mechanics are a little bit different because they're all different spins. But generally, what applies to one is going to apply to a lot of them. But I'm going to talk about a little Astonishing Swordsmen and Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. It's a tough name. Little Swords and Wizardry. Might touch on things like great game Delving Deeper, which I still need to do a series on. Things like basic fantasy role-playing game, etc. So I'm gonna probably mostly concentrate on the games based on like original D&D and the basics, but I'll touch on ones that are inspired by something like first edition as well. So I also hope that if anybody has any questions or did you want me to cover something, go ahead and ask. And, I'm waiting for all my my peers to go in and tell me that I'm saying things wrong or it's unnecessary. Whatever, that's cool. I'd like to generate that kind of discussion too. But hopefully, what I really want to do is not toot my own horn, but it's more like if you're interested and you've just never played these and you want to know what it's like, or what to expect, or what some of the various takes on these games are, then hopefully this series will do that for you. So that's it. Talk to you later.